I'm your cousin Bobby, and here I am at my home theater, Fine Arts Association in Willoughby, Ohio. This place has such a special place in my heart. My alter ego, Jim Hill, has been acting here for over 10 years. Now, instead of their regular season, they're doing a series of cabarets. They had done one in the summer, and for my favorite time of the year, a Halloween cabaret called Stage Fright. It features some of the most talented singers in Northeast Ohio, as well as yours truly. Oh, but don't worry, no singing on my part, just acting. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at the frightful fun that they've prepared for us. Thanks a lot, Bobby. I'm here with David Malinowski, who is not only one of the cast members of the cabaret, but also the Roger and Ann Clapp Chair of Performing Arts. So, David, could you give us a history of the organization and the building itself?
Sure. In 1957, Jim and Louise Savage had a dream of bringing the arts to Willoughby, Ohio. Jim was an accomplished pianist, and Louise was a beautiful coloratura soprano, and they had many ties to the Cleveland Orchestra and the Cleveland Opera at the time. And they started offering music lessons in their house, and their house right over on Spalding Street in Willoughby. And it just grew from there. They offered dance classes. They would push their furniture out of the way so that they could have ballet classes in their living room. And in 1973, they broke ground for this building on the campus of Andrews Osborne. Well, at the time, it was the Andrews School for Girls. And they entered into a lease agreement with the Andrews School for Girls that they could lease this plot of land for $1 a year for 100 years. About 7 years ago, we went through a capital campaign that allowed us to raise enough money to purchase this portion of land from that organization. So now we own the land we exist on, and we were able to expand our property by 25%. This place is extraordinary, and it keeps growing and thriving, and it's wonderful.
Right. You've had a long relationship with FAA. Could you run us through your history with the organization and the many hats you've worn?
Sure. So when I was 4 years old, I started taking violin lessons here. And about age 13 is the time I auditioned for my first play and started doing theater. And my violin took a little bit of a backseat to theater, but that's okay.
Right.
But I continued with violin and voice and theater all the way throughout high school. When I graduated high school, I went to Ashland University to get my degree in theater, and then I came back to Northeast Ohio and started teaching theater here at Fine Arts. And I started with teaching younger students, 3-year-olds and up, and progressively got more students and developed more classes. And about 5 years ago, I was offered the position of the Director of Performing Arts.
So clearly you've spent a lot of time in this building.
Absolutely, yes.
So what is it about this place that makes all that time so worth it?
I get asked that question all the time, and my answer is always, when I was a kid, I wasn't a sports freak. I didn't play sports. I tried them, I didn't like them, I wasn't very good at them. But here with music and with theater, I found that team feeling, especially in the theater, and I found a place where I belonged, and I had a group of people that were cheering me on to help me succeed, and that's what the fine arts means to me.
Oh, fantastic, great. So unfortunately, a full season, a typical full season is out of the question for this year. So what was the process like in deciding on a series of cabarets?
So the first was finding a group of people that were comfortable with taking the risks involved with doing theater live again with the virus around. And the 5, 6 of us that decided to do these kind of, we're not exclusively in a bubble, but we are in somewhat of a bubble, and we trust each other, and that's the biggest thing. And we couldn't just rest. We're performers. We need to be performing, and doing a cabaret that's a little less financially necessary it was the better choice. And so it allows us to do something, and it allows us to create and still perform, even if it's just for 15% of our house.
Totally understandable. I get that urge. So could you give us a glimpse of what's in store for the next year in terms of performances?
Sure. We are going to do another cabaret in the holiday season. So that's coming up. And in the future, so we're looking at different series of maybe faculty and student recitals that we can live stream. So yeah, we're investigating opportunities that aren't the big musicals like Sound of Music that we did last year.
Right. Now, I know this might be kind of a difficult question because you've spent so many years here and you've met so many people, but could you maybe share with us just 1 or 2 of your favorite memories?
Sure. My absolute favorite memory is when I was 13, I got my first role in the first show I ever auditioned for. It was Babes in Toyland, and I was playing Gonzorgo, which was one of Mr. Barnaby's henchmen. And I had never been in a play in my life, and rehearsals were fine. I was having a blast, and opening night came around, and I had knots in my stomach. I didn't feel sick, and I didn't feel scared. There were these knots, and I was uneasy, and I walked on stage to say my very first line, and all of that went away, and I realized that I felt incredibly comfortable on the stage, and that's why I never looked back.
It's fantastic. So good, David. So why don't you give us just a little more information on how people can contact Fine Arts and where they can find class information and such?
Well, they can always visit our website, which is www.fineartsassociation.org. You can also call us at 440-951-7500.
All right, thank you so much for your time today, David.
Thank you, Jim.
I'm here with cast member Emily Stack, who is actually a transplant from Pittsburgh. Yes, she's a Steelers fan, but we're not going to hold that against her. Emily, what was it that brought you here to FAA?
You know, actually, Jim, it was the chance to be a villain again. You may not know this about me, but I have been a villain in countless shows, and my first show here was The Little Mermaid. So I had the chance to audition for it, and Ursula was just too good to pass up. So I auditioned, and fortunately, I became a fine arts fan.
And here you are.
Here I am.
So how has being a part of several productions now at FAA and in several productions in the area, how has all of that helped you kind of build your life here in Northeast Ohio?
You know, the best part about community theater to me, besides the costumes and the accolades and the songs, is the community, is truly building your own group of friends or a family here in Cleveland. It's been wonderful. Some of my best friends right now I met here at Fine Arts. I met in my first show, but I honestly take away friends from every single show I do, and it's really one of my favorite parts.
Oh, that's awesome. So you, in addition to the 2 cabarets that you've done here, you also did your own solo cabaret at Rabbit Run. What do you think are kind of the similarities and the differences between the 2?
So doing a cabaret for film was very different for me. I'm the kind of actress that you could see from space. You know, you're big and you're broad.
Right.
And kind of paring that down for the camera was a little bit challenging for me. Now I'll say it was easier to do the summer cabaret here because you're playing off other people. And that's so fun. And it's just kind of the energy needed to be created by me exclusively at my show. And I had a wonderful team of people that were guests on mine and on the crew, and we made it happen, but it's a lot of fun to be with other people feeding off the energy.
I'm sure as you all can see, Emily is a great storyteller. So, Emily, what is your favorite memory of your time here at Fine Arts?
Oh my goodness. Well, this is kind of like a full circle story. So my first time ever at Fine Arts, I came to see Beauty and the Beast because it is one of my favorite shows of all time. It was the holiday show in 2016. I got tickets at the very last minute because I'm the worst. And actually, you won't believe it, I sat right here.
Wow.
On the day of a horrible snowstorm. That's how I got this good seat. And I watched the show and I was like, man, I wish I could be part of like this great production. And I had a moment a year later up on stage in The Little Mermaid, and I was like, this is great. And I could see, you know, who I was last year, and it was all just very exciting.
Oh, that's so awesome, Emily. Thank you so much for your time, Emily.
Thank you.
Come to me, my luscious wife. She has skin so pale, eyes so black, and dress cut down from Venezuela. And tell me what it is that every Adams hopes for.
Darkness, grief, and unspeakable sorrow.
Oh, I love it when you talk sexy to me. When you're in Adams, you need to have a little moonlight.
I'm here with two more cast members, Haley Gagnon and JJ Luster. And the reason I'm interviewing them at the same time, you will find out when I ask JJ and Haley, what is your FAA story?
Well, we were in a show together when we were 16 years old, Bye Bye Birdie, and we became friends, and we've been friends for years, and then we acquainted ourselves in 2017 in The Little Mermaid here at Fine Arts, directed by Sandy Kosovich Peck, and then we fell in love, and now we are getting married next August.
Right on this stage.
Theater, it brings everybody together. So exciting. So what is it, since 2017, I know that you two have been in several more shows with each other. What is it that you two like about collaborating with each other?
I think it's so fun just to bounce different ideas off each other and just try different things other than just Haley and JJ. It's fun to be Esmeralda and Phoebus and unfortunately Sophie and one of her possible dads. That was a little awkward. But I think it's just fun to collaborate and be someone else.
Great. So what is so special about this place and this particular project that you guys wanted this to be one of the things you collaborated on?
Well, I know both of us grew up in fine arts. This was actually my first theater that wasn't at a church or a school, and I was in a class with Don Hill and Sandy Kosovich Peck. It was an acting class, and then I ended up auditioning for A Christmas Story and getting in, and it's kind of been history since then, but this was my first ever real theater experience and been coming back ever since.
Yeah, my story is really similar. I started here when I was about 5 years old with different classes and theater arts camp, and it's just been a home away from home.
Yeah.
Awesome.
This place is very special to us.
Oh, awesome, perfect. So I've been asking everybody what their favorite FAA memory is, but I'm gonna switch it up a little bit here for you two. I want each of you to give me your favorite memory that does not involve the other.
You first.
Okay. So my favorite memory is actually, it's in The Little Mermaid, but it does not include a scene with him. It includes a scene with my dear friend, Emily Stack. She played Ursula, and it was directed by Sandy Kosovich Peck, and she came up with the best blocking for Poor Unfortunate Souls, and it was my favorite part of the entire show. I just felt so powerful in that scene, and that definitely was the highlight of FAA.
Oh, so cool. Now, JJ, you gotta top that.
I don't know if I can top it, but mine is also with Sandy as the director. I feel like I've said her name so many times.
She's the best.
We should have a drinking game every time her name is said.
Oh my God. So I was in Aladdin Jr. and I was cast as Jafar, and it was such a wonderful production and experience. It's one of my favorites. But I had this beard that was it was attached by double-sided tape, and one of our performances, it was the end of a song, and myself. And another actor were at the end of the stage, and it just fell off, and we both just slowly watched it. It was the slow motion drop down to the floor, and it was probably the 30 greatest seconds of improv that I've ever been involved in, because we had no idea what to do, and it's a story that we all tell constantly because it was such a great experience, and the audience loved it, and we loved it, and I made sure to use much more tape the next night.
Very good. Very good. Well, JJ and Haley, thank you so much for your time, and best of luck on your wedding next year.
Thank
you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Trust me, savor each sensation. Let the dream begin. Let your darker side give in to the power of the music that I write. The power of the music of the night.
I'm here with Kyle Lorick, who is both accompanist and cast member for this show. Now, Kyle is another FAA lifer, having taken classes here as a child and performing here as a child and an adult. Kyle, how do you feel the lessons learned here at FAA have helped you in life?
Well, my mother was a very smart woman. She sent me to take piano lessons at the age of 5, and I continued them throughout high school. I learned a great deal about piano playing, and it actually helped me in the career that I'm in now. I'm now a music director at a church in Euclid, and I just love music, being able to play piano, and then taking acting classes and being in productions here as a child and an adult have really helped me sustain this hobby that I have and this love of theater that I've crafted.
Excellent. So what do you feel is so special about this place? Why do you like performing here?
Well, one reason I really like performing here is that it's very professional for community theater. Everyone on the production team are focused in what they do, and they make sure us as actors feel comfortable in what we're doing, and challenge us to be the best actors that we can be and put on a good show.
Oh, I can attest to that. That is very true. Why do you feel it was so important to work on this project in particular?
Well, I've done many of the cabarets with David, and I've always been coming back because it's been a joyful experience every time. I love to work with my friends who are my fellow colleagues, and they are always making me laugh, and it's a very enjoyable experience. I particularly like this cabaret because Halloween is my favorite holiday. And the music is very good, so I'm very excited about this one.
Excellent, excellent. So I've been asking everybody this, and I know you probably have a lot of memories, but what's your favorite one from your time here at FAA?
My favorite one probably is when I was in Xanadu, and it was opening night, and it was the first time playing Sonny Malone. I had to come out in red sequins short shorts and what I would call a textbook cover of a shirt and roller skates, and the crowd just lost it. So, and I remember that experience because I never thought I'd be doing that in my life.
So by the way, audience, I was stage manager for that show and remember it very well. It is exactly the way Kyle said it. The audience just totally lost it every single night. Oh, so Kyle, thank you so much for your time today.
If you are in need of food for you and your family, you can call the Greater Cleveland Food Bank at 216-738-2067. They are open Mondays through Friday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and offer services that can help you locate food immediately and apply for benefits, including food stamps. Visit their website at findfoodbank.org. You can also reach out to the Hunger Network of Greater Cleveland by calling 216-619-8155 or by visiting their website, hungernetwork.org. The Cleveland Metropolitan School District is also providing meals to children at 22 locations. Call 216-838-0000 or visit their website, clevelandmetroschools.org. During these unprecedented times, there are resources available to you should you need them. If you are struggling with mental or emotional health, help is available. The National Suicide Hotline is 1-800-273-8255. That number again is 1-800-273-8255. You can also reach out to the Lifeline chat at suicidepreventionlifeline.org. General information of mental health can also be obtained through the Ohio Department of Mental Health at mha.ohio.gov, Cuyahoga Community College at tri-c.edu, the National Alliance on Mental Illness at nami.org, and the Child Mind Institute, childmind.org.
Good evening. My name is David Malinowski. I am the Roger and Ann Clapp Chair of Performing Arts here at the Fine Arts Association. And on behalf of our faculty, staff, and board of directors, I want to welcome you all and thank you all for coming to this very special performance. We're having performances again. That's exciting. So I get to say, please make sure your cell phones are turned off so that you don't disturb those around you or the performers on stage. I want to reiterate that you should keep your masks on the entire time for safety. I want to thank our sponsor for this production, Carnegie Investment Council. If we could give them a round of applause. Additional support comes to the Fine Arts Association from the Ohio Arts Council. I'd also like to thank a special thank you to Cleveland TV 20. They are the extra cameras you see behind you. They have done a behind-the-scenes special on our little project, so if we could thank them as well. As a reminder, at the conclusion of tonight's performance, our ushers will be dismissing you by rows starting at the back of the house so that we don't have any cross traffic, so just wait for that. Other than that, there's a special note in the back of your program. The arts have been severely affected by this pandemic, and especially the performing arts. And that is why we chose to do a performance in any way that we could. Your ticket sales go directly to benefit the performance department and our partner in this project, the Creative Arts Therapies department. A little goes a long way, so if you're in a place that you could give more, please do so, but we understand that times are tough. So without further ado, are you ready for some fun? We have had such a blast putting this together. We hope you enjoy it. And here is Stage Fright.
This Halloween comes to us in a scarier season than normal.
For all involved with the performing arts, it's an especially terrifying time. Unsure if their home stages will survive, they've taken to asking for donations and contacting local politicians to enact legislation. Appealing to politicians' sense of humanity? How horrifying! Theater folk believe that their stages are haunted by the performers of the past. But now it seems these guardian spirits have been replaced by something more malevolent. Perhaps if we appease these evil spirits with song and dance, they will help the theater. I have contacted the 5 best performers in the area to assist me with this task. Unfortunately, they all took jobs with Amazon and Instacart. But I have a few aces up my sleeve. Let's start with something from the most terrifying entity known to man, the Walt Disney Company!
Halloween, 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 Halloween.
This town we come home, everyone hail to the pumpkin song.
In this town, don't we love it now? Everyone hail to the surprise.
Round that corner and hiding in the trash can, something's waiting to bounce, and how you'll scream.
This is Halloween, red and white and flaming green.
Aren't you scared?
Well, that's just fine. Change what's take a chance and roll the dice. I'm in the mood in the dead of night.
Everybody scream! Everybody scream! In our town of Halloween!
Guys, did everyone get a letter like this?
Mine says to go to a theater.
Mine says something about spirits.
This doesn't sound good at all. I don't want to do any of this stuff.
This is worse than getting a popcorn ball.
This is Halloween. This is
Halloween, 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 Halloween.
In this town we call home. Everyone hail to the pumpkin song. Come on, JJ. Let's go find this theater.
I guess we'll meet you guys there.
Emily, I don't know about this. This is very, very scary.
I mean, what's to be afraid of? Some creepy guy gives us some spooky letter to go to some abandoned theater? There's nothing scary about that, David.
Just everything. And there's something oddly familiar about that name at the bottom. Gaddams?
It's G. Adams.
Oh. Emily, what's happening?
I don't know. I feel like it.
They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together, kooky, the Addams family. Their house is a museum where people come to see them. They really are a trio, the Addams family. Emily, I don't like this. Let's go find Amy and JJ.
Down to me, my luscious wife. She has skin so pale, eyes so black, and dress cut down from Venezuela. And tell me what it is that every Adams hopes for.
Darkness, grief, and unspeakable sorrow.
Oh, I love it when you talk sexy to me. When you're in Adams, you need to have a little moonlight. When you're in Adams, you need to feel a little chill. You have to see the world in shades of gray. You have to put some poison in your day.
That's the way.
When you're in Adams, you need to have a lot of humor.
Ha, ha.
When you're in Adams,
You need to have a taste for death.
who cares about the world outside and what it wants from you? When you're in Adams, you do what Adams always do.
Will you love me forever and ever?
Oh, we shall be as besotted with each other as the night we met.
Ah, our first date. You took me to see.
They've never said
just said that. Oh, Emily, the doors are locked. Is there an echo in here?
Is there an echo in here?
I got her.
Is this picture talking to us?
Yes, I am. And now that I have your attention, you must entertain the spirits that are keeping our stages from opening. They require lively renditions of the deadliest hits of all time. They've even provided you with an accompanist. Oh! Ew.
Before you go ghosting me, I have one critical question. Are we allowed to use costumes and props? Because I just work better with costumes and props.
Well, anything you find is at your disposal. May the odds be ever in your favor. I volunteer as tribute!
Thanks a lot, Dave.
We can do it now.
Little shop of horrors, little shop of terror, call the cop. Little shop of horrors, no, oh, oh, no. Little shop of horrors, bounce and bump. Little shop of terror, watch 'em drop. Little shop of horrors, no, oh, oh, no.
Shivering, what a creepy thing to be happening. Look out!
Look out!
Look out! Shake a leg, feel the strum and drang in the air.
Yeah.
Sha-la-la, stop right where you are, don't you move a thing. You better, telling you better.
Tell your mama something's gonna get her. She better, everybody better beware. Emily, how do you fold a fitted sheet?
Like this.
Makes sense.
Oh, here it comes, baby.
Tell the bones they are.
Oh, oh, no.
Oh, hit the dirt, baby. Red alert, baby.
Oh, oh, no. Oh, oh, no.
Ellie, you called it off the stoop. Child, I'm warning you.
Look out! Look out!
Run away. Terror gonna pay if you're fading.
Look around, something's coming down the street for you. You better,
But you better. Best believe it, something's gonna get you.
you better watch it better you
Little shop of horrors, mama, she got. There is something terror. Little shop of horrors, no, oh, oh, no, oh, oh, no, oh, oh, no.
Guys, there's all this cool stuff out in backstage. Putting these costumes on, it's giving me courage. I think I can sing a song.
Oh, we'll back you up.
I was working in my lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on psychic suggestion.
I'm gonna go run under a ladder.
I'm gonna go open an umbrella inside.
I'm gonna go break a mirror.
Now that we're in the theater, I'm gonna shout next.
Don't say it.
Why, Kyle, are you superstitious?
I would rather not make the spirits any angrier. Very superstitious writings on the wall. Very superstitious ladders about to fall. 13-month-old baby broke the looking glass. 7 years bad luck, the good things in your past. When you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer. Superstition ain't the way. Very superstitious. Wash your face and hands. Rid me of my problems. Do all that you can. Keep me in a daydream. Keep me going strong. You don't want to save me. Sad is my song. When you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer. Superstition ain't the way.
David, where are the girls? I don't know, David. I've been looking for
Ah! Cats.
black cats. Oh, we're gonna need a bigger litter box.
We better not let them cross our path.
Talk about superstitious.
He's a mystery cat, he's called the hidden clown, for he's a master criminal.
us tonight. I can't wait to hear their beautiful music.
Oh yes, I just love good kitty cat puns. Perhaps these exceptional cats can help the four of you soothe the dreadful spirits.
Hello? Is this thing on? Maybe we should do that for the beginning so far. Take Poopa here. Put the balance at bottom. Akuna Matata. It means no worries. Akuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Akuna Matata. Ain't no passing grade. It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our power-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata? Yeah, it's our motto.
Sorry.
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no perfect phrase. Yeah, sing it, kid. Hakuna Matata. It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata.
Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Lions and tigers and bears. Werewolves.
Werewolves? There! Werewolves!
I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand. Walked down the streets of Soho in the rain. He was looking for a place called Lee Ho Foods for to get a big dish of beef chow mein. Oh, werewolves of London. Oh, werewolves of London. Oh, if you see him howling at your kitchen door, better not let him in. Little old lady got mutilated late last night. Werewolves of London again. Oh, werewolves of London. Oh, werewolves of London. Oh.
Do you think it's safe? I don't know, Sam.
Someone should really talk to David about manscaping.
Guys, I think the ghost is there.
Well, it's not close. There's a plug in the way.
Haley, ghosts, you need to respect their space, too. Sorry, I'm breaking my feeder.
Well, we've gone way off.
Spirits are telling me that they're not quite happy enough. That they will have to take control of the situation.
What does that even mean? No! Haley?
What is that?
depressed.
Did anyone ever tell you you look like a famous celebrity?
Really?
Yeah, unemployed Danny DeVito.
Watch it or I won't let you sing your solo.
Sorry. Those fingers in my head that slide on hither stair, that strips my conscience bare, it's witchcraft. And I've got no defense for it, the heat's too intense for it. What good would common sense for it do? Rising's witchcraft, wicked witchcraft. And although I know it's strictly taboo, when you arouse a need in me, my heart says yes indeed in me. Proceed what you're leading me to. It's such an ancient bitch, but one I wouldn't switch, 'cause there's no nicer witch than you. Emily, sounds like you want an encore.
Thank you, JJ, for that marvelous introduction. I put a spell on you. And now you're mine. You can't stop the things I do. I lie. It's been 300 years, right down to the day. Now the witch is back, and there's hell to pay. I put a spell on you, and now you're mine. Hello, sailor. My name's Winifred. What's yours? I put a spell on you, and now you're gone. So long, I need full of you, and it was wrong. Your wretched little lives have all been cursed 'cause of all the witches working. Woo! But the best I put a spell on you, and now you're mine.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
She ain't lying.
If you don't believe it, then get superstitious. Ask my sister, she's vicious. I put a spell on you, a wicked spell. I put a spell on you. I say it can fly up a baby up and die.
I say it can fly up and baby up and die.
In California,
In California,
say
say
hi, say bye,
Hey, did you guys sing another number without me? Son of a witch!
Who knew you all were as talented as you are? Guys, he's not in the picture frame. Oh. Well, we have some idea. Well, you're doing pretty good, but not good enough.
Oh, you know what? I'm sick of this discount Vincent Price guy. I say we get him. Yeah!
Let your fantasies unwind in this darkness which you know you cannot fight. The darkness of the music of the night. Let your mind start a journey through a strange new world. Leave all thoughts of the world you knew before. Let your soul take you where you long to be. Only then can you belong to me. Floating, falling, sweet intoxication. Touch me, trust me, savor each sensation. Let the dream begin, let your darker side give in to the power of the music that I write. The power of the music of the night. You alone can make my song take flight. Help me make the music
Okay, those were some good ideas the girls had, but I think what we need right now is for a little guy power.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the three of us are going to sing a medley of some loosely connected songs.
Ooh, costume change.
Yeah. When I look out my window, so many sights to see. But when I look in my window, so many different people to be. It's strange, so strange. You've got to pick up every stitch. You've got to pick up every stitch. You've got to pick up every stitch. Must be the season of the witch. Must be the season of the witch, yeah. Must be the season of the witch.
I'm just an average man with an average life. I work from 9 to 5, pay hell like baby price. I don't want to be left alone in my average home. Why do I always feel like I'm in the twilight zone and I always feel like somebody's watching me and I got no privacy. Oh, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream?
All the times have come here, but now they're gone. Seasons don't fear the reaper, nor do the wind, the sun, or the rain. Come on, baby, baby, take my hand. Don't fear the reaper. We'll be able to fly. Don't fear the reaper. Baby, I'm your man.
When did that happen? What, you going to prom? Calm down.
JJ, you know what these tuxes remind me of? When we got to do real theater. Like JJ, we always talked, when are we finally going to get to do Young Frankenstein?
David, what about right now? Hey-oh. Works better in rehearsal. Hit it, Kyle! If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Oh dear God. Different types who wear a day coat, pants with stripes, and cutaway coat, perfect fits. Here we go. Dressed up like $1 million trooper, trying hard to look like Gary Cooper. Common sticks with bellows, walk with sticks and umbrellas in their midst. I love him. Are you ready, big guy? Okay. Keep it going. Here we go. Well, we tried. Dressed up like $1 million trooper, trying hard to look like Gary Cooper. Ain't had enough.
Hey, Kyle! I'm done! I'm exhausted! I'm just done! I'm gonna put an end to this. I've had my eye on a prop over there. And I think the spirit like the musical theater? Maybe? I know a wickedly wonderful song. Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game.
from the beginning. You all did a great job. The spirits were so moved that they went and appealed directly to Governor DeWine. We can have 15% capacity in the theaters.
Yay!
Well, at least it's something. You all may go now. May you all keep the spirit of Halloween in your hearts forever and continue to inspire and entertain people for years to come. Great job, guys. I mean, this really gives me hope that we can sometime soon really return to the stage.
Hey, David, I was playing with the hands and I picked my nose and I can't get it to stop from bleeding.
JJ, you're not supposed to touch other people's props.
Well, it's a little late for that. David, pull my finger.
You need to stop talking to the tech crew.
That's it.
Guys, I wish we could just slip through some wormhole or time warp past all this COVID nonsense.
It's astounding. Time is fleeting. Madness takes its toll.
But listen closely. Not for very much longer. I got you.
Keep control. Take it away, gorgeous.
I remember doing the time war drinking. Those moments when the madness was in me and the voice would be calling me.
Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again.
It's just a jump to the left. Kyle!
And then it's up to the right.
Put your hands on your hips.
And bring a in time. It's just a pelvic cross that really drives you insane. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again.
Well, I was walking down the street just a having a thing when a snake of a guy gave me an evil wing. He shook me up and took me by surprise. He had a pickup truck and the devil's eyes. He stared at me and I felt a change. Time meant nothing, never would again.
Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again.
It's just a jump to the left.
And then a step to the right.
Put your hands on your hips.
And bring your knees in time. It's just a pelvic cross that really drives you insane. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again.
Happy Halloween, everyone!
A performer walks out of a theater and a piece of them stays on that stage. At the same time, a performer walks around with a piece of the theater in their heart forever. So that we can ensure that the two pieces meet again, we ask that you help us save our stages. Either by making donations, buying merch, purchasing a piece of art, contacting politicians to craft more legislation. Any of it you can do to help us make sure that we keep the lights on. Because we know for sure that this would be a very dark place without places like Fine Arts Association. Thank you very much, Cleveland, and have a good night. I hope to see you in the audience.